What if I told you that a man was lost in the open ocean not for a week, not for a month, but for 438 days? No rescue signal, no engine, no land in sight. Just a small drifting boat and an endless ocean trying to kill him every single day. He survived on rainwater, raw fish, turtles, and pure willpower. This is not a movie or a myth. This is the true story of how one man survived 438 days in the deep ocean. His name was José Salvador Alvarenga, an experienced fisherman living in Mexico who made his living from the sea. Fishing was not new or dangerous to him. It was simply part of everyday life. In November of our year, José set out on what was supposed to be a short and routine fishing trip. He expected to be gone only a few days before returning home. Nothing about that morning suggested that it would turn into a nightmare that would last more than a year. Not long after leaving the coast, the weather suddenly turned violent. A powerful storm formed around his small boat, bringing strong winds and massive waves. The engine failed, and soon after, the radio stopped working. One by one, every piece of equipment he depended on became useless. As the storm pushed him farther away from land, a terrifying truth became clear. No one knew where he was, and no one was coming to look for him. When the storm finally passed, José was no longer sailing. He was drifting. Days turned into weeks, and weeks slowly became months. The shoreline disappeared completely, leaving only endless water in every direction. Ocean currents carried his boat farther into the Pacific, thousands of miles from safety. During the day, the sun burned his skin, and at night, the cold air drained his strength. Hunger and thirst followed him constantly, growing worse with every passing day. José was no longer just lost at sea. He was completely alone in a world that seemed determined to erase him. At first, he survived on the small amount of food he had brought with him, but those supplies quickly ran out. When there was nothing left to eat, José was forced to adapt. He began catching fish with his bare hands and crafting simple tools from scraps on the boat. He caught birds when they landed nearby and even captured turtles that swam close enough. With no way to make fire, he ate everything raw. Fish, birds, and turtle meat became his only source of energy. It was not about taste or comfort. It was about staying alive. Every meal was a risk, but starvation would have been worse. Water was an even greater challenge than food. Surrounded by salt water, José knew that drinking the ocean would only speed up his death. Instead, he waited desperately for rain. Whenever clouds appeared, he used anything he could find to collect water, saving every drop. Sometimes rain would not come for weeks, forcing him to ration tiny sips just to survive. There were moments when dehydration brought him to the edge of collapse, but somehow he managed to endure. As the months passed, the greatest battle was no longer physical, but mental. The silence was overwhelming. There were no voices, no signs of life, and no proof that the world still remembered him. To stay sane, José talked to himself and thought constantly about his family and his past. Some days he felt hope, imagining rescue or land just beyond the horizon. Other days, despair consumed him, and the loneliness felt unbearable. He later said that hunger weakened his body, but loneliness nearly destroyed his mind. Violent storms continued to threaten his life, sending huge waves crashing over the boat and nearly capsizing it. His body grew thinner and weaker, his skin damaged by constant sun and salt water. Infections formed and exhaustion became constant. There were moments when he considered giving up and letting the ocean take him. But each time, something inside him refused to surrender. As long as he was breathing, he decided he would keep fighting. Then, after 438 days lost at sea, something impossible happened. José saw land. His boat had drifted more than 6,700 miles across the Pacific Ocean and reached the Marshall Islands. Local villagers spotted him, shocked by his condition and unable to believe what they were seeing. When they pulled him from the boat, he was weak, sunburned, and barely alive, but he had survived. José was rushed to medical care, where doctors were stunned by his survival. He had lost a massive amount of weight, and his body was badly damaged, yet he was alive. Survival experts struggled to explain how it was possible. To José, the explanation was simple. He said he survived because he never allowed himself to stop believing that he would see land again. José Salvador Alvarenga spent 438 days alone in the ocean with no map, no engine, and no rescue. His story is a powerful reminder of what the human spirit is capable of enduring. Against hunger, loneliness, fear, and the endless sea, he survived. And if a human being can survive more than a year lost in the middle of the ocean, It forces us to question just how strong we truly are.